It is a beautiful sunny day here in Massachusetts. We're getting ready for our fourth race of the season. Here at 8 Bowl Super Speedway. On the pole, we have Joshua Sicoli. And then next to him, James Qualls. Third, Daniel Olson. Fourth, Kyle Keith. Fifth, Dylan Poteet. Sixth, Benjamin Miles. Seventh is Eric Byrne. Eighth, Seth Cole. Ninth, Scott Roush. Completing the top 10 is Kat Batson. Mr. Starting lineup from 11th on back. As on the final row, we have Clint Spillman and Nathan Hudson. Clint Spillman, keep in mind, is looking for redemption, but not a good way because he's starting in the rear of the field. By the way, apologies if you hear my dogs barking in the background and all that, but I guess there's someone near the window of the door, or window of the area of the room that's over there. And also, if you hear a lot of sniffling, I am dealing with a little bit of a stuffy nose there in the process, so my apologies, but obviously we are trying to get this race underway and all, but we're going to be here for 30 laps, and I want to quickly get the Nun camera set up while I have it here. There we go. But our previous race winner was Cody Lamas in the 48, as you see in the lineup, kind of midfieldish, so without further ado, let's go down track so to get the command to fire them engines.
Drivers, start your engines!
So as you just heard the command, all 42 drivers you see have gotten going. So I'm just going to see what is going on with my dogs so they can calm down. So we're going to take a very quick commercial break. We will take you to the green when we come back. Alrighty, as we're back, my apologies for that, folks. I did not know what was going to happen out there, but the pace car you're going to see is about ready to make its turn down to pit road. 30 laps of action, just like the Xfinity race that's going to come on by. As pace car might get its indication, Sicoli and Qualls, they're going to take us to the green flag here at 8 Bull. And Sicoli with his pole for today, he will be in the Budweiser shootout for next season. So that is a great sign for that 54 car. As Daniel Olson, Dylan Poteet, Eric Burton, Scott Roush all trying to get ahead of the 70 before the turn. Eric Burton's going to clear. Scott Roush did not. Now Olson. Eric Burton making indications going for now the right side of the course. Now this track is very unique. It's been around since the very first season of the Xfinity Series. One of the more unique fictionals that we have around. It is a figure 8 super speedway that's out there. If you notice carefully, too, where we're at, this is a bridge that goes over the track, which is very unique. You'll see it when we come off of turn 2. When you get a good flyby there, Sicoli the pole here going to take back second, Dylan Poteet to third, Scott Roush going to take fourth. You're going to see it coming off this turn right here, that the front straightaway is a bridge going to the start-finish line. Very unique of a course. And a good sign right there is Joshua Sicoli going to come back up to the front. Is the pole sitter. Good to see Olson up here in the front. He has had not good luck in 3 races. Still yet to get even 10 points. And where he's at, dead last in the points. Not been a great start from Sicoli. Going to lead them down. Fellow Toyota driver Scott Roush. Now James Qualls is going to take the lead at 4 wide for position. Shelton, Poteet, Burton, and I believe that was Miles. Yes. Now Miles back at a 4 wide again. Just very bad spot he's in. And now, man, they're getting about 4 wide, a couple rows deep nearly. That's what you don't want to do at this track. And Batson just put his nose underneath those 0.5. Now they got to give some room in one way or another. Normally, when they go 4 wide, automatically it is not doable, but I'm amazed how they're keeping it together, at least for now. You see Anderson in the 3, John Art in the 0.5, Kyle Keith in the 42, all together for Sega Keith Motorsports. Probably not a good sign where you want to be. Kat Batson, 41st in the points. Really also needs a good run. Just a bad mix of 4 wide right there. Alex Ferranti, he's, I believe, 39th in the points. Man, look at 4 wide, 3 rows deep right over here in the mid-pack. Up in the front. Joshua Sokoli just running away from this pack. Whoa, Zach Rogers, a little bit of contact. And Kyle Matthews, indication, I think, of coming down pit road. Oh, no, there goes a crash on turn 1. I hear my dog's background. I think another crash has happened. McCurry involved and others. I think we did have another crash. Oh, yes, we did. Rogers upside down. Oh, and Spillman got into Keith Batson. Zach Rogers, one of the hometown heroes, as well as Alex Ferranti. And caution is out for the first time today. Did we just say car smoking? Anderson involved in the 3. John Art in the 0-5 involved. And caution away for the first time today as Benjamin Miles, the New York native, is going to lead them down over James Qualls. As yellow is out for the first time today on lap 6 of 30. Keith Batson, Quentin Moore on pit road. Charles Sanford. Oh, another crash! That's still, Alex Drayton, rather. Olsen, one car upside down. It's RJ Bishop. Cap Batson. And Bishop, going to be done for the day. I don't know what happened that caused the wreck. It may have been with the 21 of Olsen. And Drayton trying to get back on course. I would just ride the apron. I don't know why he would go back up on the course. And his car's trying to get back up there. It's not a good idea. I don't think he realizes that. He's going to get stuck if he keeps it up. And he's trying to get more speed to get back on the baking. And yeah, he's stuck now. Yep. F. Quentin Moore, Cap Batson, Johnny Gardner in pit road, Charles Sanford, RJ Bishop, Keith Batson, Zach Rogers, Kyle Keith on down pit road, and Clint Spillman on pit road. As it looks like everyone's going to come on down on lap 6 of 30. I don't see anybody else coming down. Nope, not the case. So we're going to follow these drivers that are coming into pit road. I apologize if you hear my dogs barking in the background, but I don't know what's going on. They were calm before, and now they're just barking like crazy. So if you hear them, I am terribly sorry. But you see Benjamin Miles and others coming on down through pit road. You see Nathan Hudson going into a stall right there, that T-Mobile Toyota. JT Bryant, Levi McIntyre, and others coming on down as well. Hudson out and away. There's Qualls, Joshua Sokoli, Daniel Olsen. I believe that was the driver. Oh, he's got a little bit of front end damage. And Benjamin Miles is going to be quick in and out for him. Qualls missed out on Scott Roush. And Sokoli with the slow pit stop does not beat out Hudson. We got to keep an eye on that right there, because when these guys race out of pit road, it does get crazy. And we have seen some stranger stuff happen before. Hence, remember Kyle Keith and Angel Navarro way back, I believe it's season 3 or season 4, they raced off pit road and they wrecked each other. So these drivers are literally 2x2 and they're going to keep it together. Hudson and his teammate Audrey Baranowskis. Or Audrey Baranowskis. I'm used to saying Audrey, but that's not the case. Quentin Moore on the tail end of the lead lap. Actually, I believe is now 1 lap down on the tail end, so he's going to start on the opposite row of Benjamin Miles, who is the leader right now. Caution's out for the first time today. Let's take a look where we brought ourselves our first caution. Well, here's a weird thing. I seen the 09. He was coming down the apron. I thought he was making nation and coming down pit road. But if you look carefully, I think he was trying to come back up on the course. Is the Bud Shootout winner? I think that was the case. Yeah, that was exactly what happened. He got forced down trying to come back up on the track. And oh my God, wow, Sky Commons almost hit the pit wall. That was close. We'll take a look up that in just a minute, but that explains the accident right there. And just a whole bunch of cars in the middle and rear of the field getting involved. Some drivers, though, looks like they're going to get away with very minimal damage, like Trent Dunham, Ron Bishop. They're probably going to get away with it there. Connor Meyer, probably the same for him. Possibly Zach Flickinger as well. I forgot to change Ember Ross's scheme because that is the Toronto Blue Jays. I thought I changed it, but I guess is running for this race. But we'll take a look at that again with the 09 of Matthews. Let's let's go back at that again. But you look carefully. Watch carefully as they're coming off this turn. Let's see if we go helicopter here. You'll probably get a good view. Oh, Rogers and Batson, a couple of Northeastern drivers there, make contact. I think Matthews thought they were going to wreck, so he goes down low to the apron trying to avoid. And you can see, because he's losing momentum and speed a bit, that's going to allow 5 wide, right where Matthews is at, because of Quentin Moore. He realizes, oh, that's pit road, and he just makes a bad move just to merge back onto the course. Somehow Skycom is just going to miss that pit wall, and then there's the accident right there, following ensue right there. That explains about that accident right there. Good job by Levi McIntyre in the 99 to avoid this accident there. I don't know how Clint Spillman and JT Bryant, they got Clint Spillman rather got on pit road, but so that explains that incident. Now let's go over to Sky Comments in the 17 because we have to show you this right here. I don't know how we can get a good view here. I think TV2 will probably be the best view, but watch carefully as the 09 right there is going to come back up on the course. I guess we'll go TV1. Look, he just gets clipped, almost hits the pit wall, and then the 51 is going to go back up the course, going into the 17. I guess we'll go helicopter here. There you see Kev Shear, Jeffrey Finguy, Brett Pritchard, Trent Dunham, Ron Bishop, Alex Ferranti, Anthony McCurry, Zach Flickinger, Evan Barras, Quentin Moore. There's Matthews. Look at Michael Walton in that discount tire Ford right there, hitting the brakes to avoid this all. He does a good job right there just to slow down and not get into people. He does get a little bit in Anthony McCurry. I don't think it's going to affect him a whole lot. I don't get how the 24's going to get involved. There's a follow-up wreck up ahead, which we'll get to that in a bit. But that explains that portion. Now we got to go over to up here. That's where Zach Rogers, one of the hometown heroes, flipped over. Let's see if it starts with him. Okay, so these guys are trying to, they realize the caution's out. That's Cody Lamas, your previous race winner, up ahead. Does the contact start with it? Yes, it does right there. Rogers and Lamas. They go into Sanford. There's Cat Batson, that looks like right there. Kyle Keith. Yeah, or no, it's Johnny Gardner, rather. My apologies. They both have similar color schemes. Cody Lamas gets involved. John Art's going to make it through there. Kate Anderson gets a little bit of damage. I don't think it's going to really affect the 3-car a whole lot, but it probably will regardless. Then you notice these guys are spinning. Pack 1's trying to get back into the fray, and there's an old saying, if Pack 1's coming, it ain't going to look good. Rogers see because the banking's going to tip over. Keith Bat's in a really bad spot. His car is literally parked on the banking, probably hoping for some help, and that's who it's going to be. Clint Spillman in the 24. McIntyre avoids the whole accident. There you see Spillman sliding right there. It's the John Deere Chevrolet. There's Bryant. There's Pritchard. I think someone else is going to get into the 24 because it shows he's got a lot more damage. I don't think it may have been Kyle Keith in the 42, but it may have been. I'm not too sure, but that explains the first wreck that, well, the first 2 wrecks that took place. And he actually goes back on the pit road there. So we'll speed up ahead and show you what happened once they cross the line with some others here, like Alex Drayton. And then here's a look at what happened with Alex Drayton and others. So we're keeping an eye on this right here, because remember, he did get involved. Him and RJ Bishop. Actually, let's go to RJ. Because I believe the contact is first going to start between him and Olsen, because I noticed those 2 cars got involved. RJ squeezed onto Olsen. I think RJ, because he was ahead of Olsen, he's trying to get into that spot. And I don't know what Bishop was just thinking right there. He just totally, just absolutely goes right from, wow, Seth Cole somehow going to avoid this one. And RJ, because the banking just goes upside down and flips over, is the Fitzgerald Dodge. And goes for a wild, wild flip right there. Wow, I did not even realize he flipped that crazy. Cat Batson gets involved right there. Actually tips the 58 almost over. Keeps it together. And Phil Parker just going to avoid that one. And then Bishop goes for a little more of a tumble right here. I believe my memory serves me correctly that outside of RJ Bishop and others slipping here at this track, the last slip we had was at Daytona, so that tells you something. But let's look what happened. Let's take you back to the green. Welcome back there. Pace cars bring us the 1 lap to go. Quentin Moore actually tail in the lead lap. So real quickly, we'll get your top 10 rundown. It is Benjamin Miles as he takes us back to the green. Scott Roush, James Qualls, Dylan Potey, Eric Byrne, Audrey Bernauskas, Seth Cole, Jessica Shell, Nathan Hudson, and Joshua Sokoli. That completes your top 10 when we cross the line. Out of the race after those wrecks include the following of Charles Sandler, Keith Batson, Clint Spillman, Zach Rogers, Kyle Keith, Cat Batson, RJ Bishop, Connor Meyer, Sky Commons, which I did not know he got involved in everything, but he did. And then 2 laps down is Johnny Garner and Alex Drayton, and on the tail end was Quentin Moore. That just changed right there. He is now 1 lap down. I believe, yep, there's Johnny Gardner in the 12, and Alex Drayton in the 14. I believe they tried to catch up, and they missed out on it, so tough break regardless, though. A good chunk of the pack did get involved, and some of the drivers who did not get involved that were stuck behind, like Quentin Moore and others, they're paying the price right there. Oh, Quentin Moore blocking his teammate Daniel Olson. Not a good idea. That is not team order right there. Is the A&W Root Beer Ford. And now Olson to the inside. Yeah, I don't know why the 34 was blocking his teammate of all people, but I'm telling you, that's not team order there. As meanwhile, people are still trying to get around the Root Beer 4 there for Gardner Racing right now. They have made an announcement that they'll be rebranding themselves next season to Evans Gardner Racing with co-owner Rob Evans going to be on board for the Xfinity Series next season, driving the number 8 car. But Johnny has invited him to partake in the events here for the Cup Series and Xfinity Series, watching over on the pit box for Johnny Gardner in the 12 and for others, like Olson the 21 and Moore in the 33. Or 34, excuse me. As Qualls leads him down, we are nearly at the halfway point. How about this there? HRT, Hudson Racing Tech, Baranowskis out in front and not too far behind, you see, is that T-Mobile Toyota who's actually got a slingshot move, is Nathan Hudson. Both of those drivers there are having a really good run. Then you got some single car teams up here like Hertz Racing of Benjamin Miles. Got the 2-car team of Michael Walton Racing with JT Bryant, the 22 up here. And then you also have the 2 of Michael Walton, which ain't too far back, which there he is. Last scored in 21st. Just couldn't get by some of the damaged cars there. Not bad there. Single car team of Flickinger Racing. Unsure about the future, what's going to be on by. About who's going to take over. Zach said, of course, there's lots of family that are coming on in. And we're making an announcement soon about what will happen next season. But for right now, Zach said he's focusing on this season of Xfinity and Cup and trying to do what he can to get at least one more win in both series and try to end on a high note as get a chase spot and go for the championship. Flickinger, keep in mind, this scheme right here, you could see in that number 96, he drove this at Daytona in the number 6 for the Xfinity Series back, I want to say it was Season 4. It was Season 3 or Season 4. That was his rookie start. Won the Daytona Xfinity race from there, which at that time, that was Flickinger's probably biggest win of his career. And he's had good opportunities to win some other races, but just not had a lot of luck. So here he is getting some TV time right now. He's on the rear of the field. And not a good start for his final season, but trying to do what he can. Last season, we had a whole bunch of drivers, and even the season before as well. Angel Navarro, a very high notable one. Last season. Picked up 2 wins. How about Fitzwater for Fitzwater Australia Racing? The single car team there driving the 59 Miller Lite Dodge right there. Having a not bad run, getting up there. But you got to give a big call out right now to Archangel Racing. Eric Bird, Scott Roush, the rookies. Representing the team. 1-2 right now. The newbies on the team. And Fitzwater trying to figure out his line, where to go. Fitzwater in his, I want to say this is his 2nd season. Or 3rd. I want to say it's his 3rd. But regardless, though, Fitzwater driving that number 59 Miller Lite Dodge. Unsure of what's going to happen next season. He says he does plan to return. That's a no-brainer. But silly season rumors are already swirling up about him, about for next season. Could it be with Evans Gardner Racing in a 4-car stable? Could it be just him and still in FAR? Unsure of in the moment, but we'll see though. Levi McIntyre, the single car team for Thrash Maniac Racing. Having a not bad run right now in that Marvel Captain America Civil War scheme there. Having a really good run there in that 3rd position. Joshua Sicoli from Meyer Racing having a fantastic run there. Trying to get that lead from Dylan Pote. Both the cars from Twinks Racing, keep in mind, are in this pack too. Sicoli, I believe he is the only representative because Meyer's out of the race and Parker. Where is Parker? As Gardner sits on pit road to repair some damage. Oh, here's Parker. That's where he is. I kind of figured. He's still in the pack too, so not bad for Meyer Racing. They got 2 of the 3 cars up there. And S3, well, the only representative is the Daytona 500 winner, Jessica Shelton. So, first time running that Mountain Dew Baja Blast Chevrolet for S3 Motorsports as we are past halfway, keep in mind. Trying to get a good run there. Trying to do what you can. 4 wide for a bit. Now they're going to settle out. James Qualls. I'll tell you what, you got to give credit to that 70 team. Last season, they were very consistent, and they made the chase, so they didn't have to worry about that chase LCQ. Right now, Qualls just not having the early start to the season, but it's like they say about Qualls. Once he gets a good run coming in at one track, he's going to get consistent. He's going to really showcase how consistent he can be. But you know Qualls, he doesn't mind the consistency, but you know what he wants. He wants that W. Doesn't matter what track, it's just somewhere. 3 wide for the lead. Roush, Anderson, and McIntyre. They're approaching a slow car. Or I thought that was a slow car, but Sicoli out in front. I don't know how Sicoli's ahead of all these drivers here. Oh, that's why it's Anderson they approached. I couldn't figure out. Oh, Hudson! Wow, they're going to keep it together. And remember, Hudson and Burton, they are not teammates in the 11 and 20. Hudson's teammate is right ahead of him, Baranowskis. Man, they approached Anderson and Qualls having to try to get around the 3. Whoa! Qualls made a little bit of contact. I don't think he liked Anderson blocking him right there. But he's going to get held up and he's going to lose ground on the lead pack. And cars coming down pit road. I see Roush in the 18 down. Yes, indeed the case. JT Bryant on down. Ron Bishop down. Those are the only 3 I see coming down pit road. Kev Shearer also making an indication to come down pit road. And that is it. Gardner back out on the track. I don't know if he's going to get reeled in time by the leaders. I doubt it, but you never know. Some stranger things have happened. Let's see about the lead pack here if anybody's going to come on down. There's some drivers making indications. I think Fitzwater's making an indication. Yes, indeed the case. Jessica Shelton coming on. Nope, not Shelton, just Fitzwater. Fitzwater, the only one down. Wow, that's not good for Fitzwater. That's probably not what he wanted to see because he wanted some other drivers, but now finally Joshua Osborne on down, but obviously he's damaging off the pace, but that is not who he wanted to see at all. Jeff Finguy running that Advanced Auto Parts forward there. Let's see if any more from the lead pack coming on down this time. So they are approaching Johnny Gardner a bit. JT Bryant just got around the 12. Keep in mind they are not teammates. And Baranowski's coming on down. Seth Cole coming down. And Levi McIntyre coming on down from the lead pack alone. James Qualls now making an indication come on down. Ron Bishop actually passed him. Man, Kate Anderson's giving issues. Oh, man, a good number of chunk of drivers on here, too. Anthony McCurry, Alex Ferranti, Daniel Olson, Ember Ross. They're on down as well. Dunham having some difficulties trying to get around Kate Anderson, the 3. And they approach Johnny Gardner. Hudson and Benjamin Miles having some issues. And Dylan Pote swings around the 12. He's making an indication coming around pit road. Hudson, Benjamin Miles, and others on down. The only drivers that stayed out were Jessica Shelton, Eric Burton, and Phil Parker. Or, I'm sorry. Yeah, Phil Parker there. Those are the only 3 that stayed out. There's Roush in the 18. The rest of the field came on down, too. I'm actually not surprised right there. So these 3 are the final drivers to come down pit road that are in the main pack. I think they're going to make that indication now that they're going to come on down. I wouldn't blame them. Or not. They're going to stay out. Oh, nope, never mind. They're coming down. A little late almost to come on down. But the top 3, Burton, Parker, and Shelton on down. The rest of the drivers did come on down pit road, so I don't see anybody else that would not come down. John R. Jeffrey Finguy, a little bit off the pace. I believe John R's got some front end damage from going on the pit road there. Pote, first one off his stall there. Benjamin Miles, Nathan Hudson, Joshua Sokoli, and these guys are trying to form a pack so they can swallow up the cars up ahead. 5-car pack right there. And these 3, they got to make sure they form quick, otherwise it'll be game over. Qualls just trying to get around Johnny Gardner, trying to say, make a move, damn it! And does so. And those 3 out and away, Burton, Parker, and Shelton. I don't know if they're going to beat out Dylan Pote. Don't look like it. Pote going to get ahead of Shelton. Not ahead of Parker and Burton, as they have just had a good pit stop. However, Pote's got some fresh rubber. Got the tires warmed up. And he is reeling them down, but we're going to have a total of 5 laps to go when we come to the line. Eric Burton out in front of Phil Parker. Excuse me there. And a good day for HRT Tech. Both their cars in the top 10 there. Same for Tweenix Racing. As now they're getting around Cody Lamas, your previous race winner there. Sokoli going to have some issues, and that's going to hurt him right there. Now a battle for the lead between Parker and Byrne. That's probably not what the leaders are wanting to do. Because here comes Dylan Pote trying to reel them in. And here comes that lead pack trying to lead them in. They're trying to reel them in right there. These 3, I don't know if they could get up to that pack. Because, you know, Cody Lamas was the only bet they had. But that probably is all she wrote right there. Looking through. Everyone else, they've done their stops and they're good to go, as I believe they're getting slow. And, oh, they caught Brett Pritchard in the 8. Burns going to get held up in the process, though, a bit. Now Pritchard trying to move out of the way. And Burt now going to go around via the highlight. That's going to help Phil Parker a bit as we come to the line. It will be 3 to go. Now Seth Coley in this pack on down. They know that Brett Pritchard is being approached, and Burton's getting reeled in by that lead pack. Wish the 8 car would come on down pit road, but not the case. And Benjamin Miles, Levi McIntyre, I was all trying to get around. Man, that is dangerous right there. Dylan Pote trying to get around. Same for Nathan Hudson. Oh, gonna turn Pritchard, and there goes a caution. Both the HRT cars are gonna get involved, and that'll end the race. Flickinger just plows. Baranowski, Scott Roush involved. Cody Lamas and others. We gotta get to the line though. Parker got reeled in by the leaders. Here comes Burton. Here comes McIntyre. Coming to 2 laps to go. Oh, and Miles going to get turned a bit. And he goes into Seth. They keep it together. Coming to the line, though. Eric Burton. Levi McIntyre to the line. It'll be Eric Burton leading them down. Trying to capture his first NRSL victory. This may be for Archangel Racing there, as the caution is out for the second time and will be the final time today. Some drivers in the lead pack, like Nathan Hudson, JT Bryant, and others involved. Zach Flickinger, Audra Baranowskis, Cody Lamas on pit road, Scott Roush. They are done for the day, and that will settle it. Now remember, if these guys come down pit road this time by, that's it, all she wrote. If they come down pit road the next time by, it wouldn't matter. Burton would win. So we are keeping an eye on Eric Burton right now. Because remember, if he does come down pit road, that's going to hand the win over to Levi McIntyre. And there has been stranger things before. I have seen these before in the past 6 seasons in Cup. And no indication as white flag displayed for Eric Burton in the DeWalt Toyota there for Archangel Racing. Here's a fun fact about Eric Burton. Last season, Xfinity, he made his first ever NRSL start. Never made an NRSL start before. One of those long-time people that have been wanting to be in the series. Got his opportunity. Unfortunately, his first Xfinity season is only as of right now. Did not go well. Here he is in Cup. He's having a decent season. But this right there could capture his first career Cup Series victory if he can get around the course 2 more turns and a back straight. Unbelievable. We'll take a look at the wreck in a bit there. That will end the race right there. We'll look at some of the people here when we come to the line. Good day for Meyer Racing. They got 2 of their cars in the top 10. You got Phil Parker completing the podium in 3rd and Joshua Sicoli in 8th. Twinix Racing's going to get 4th and 9th. James Quall is going to get 10th. Fitzwater's going to get 7th rather. Jessica Sheldon got 6th. Benjamin Miles got 5th. The single car team, Hertz Racing. Levi McIntyre's single car team for Thrash Maniac Racing there, going to get 2nd. And Eric Burton, I mean, if it wasn't for Scott Roush, what happened? I mean, 2 of their cars would have been in the top 10. That would have been great. But Eric Burton, what a way for him to have a welcome feeling in the NRSL, as here he is off the final turn here at 8 Bulls Super Speedway. Eric Burton, the DeWalt Tools Toyota Camry, the number 20, going to celebrate big here, and he's going to capture some history. His first career NRSL victory is going to come at 8 Bulls Super Speedway. He wins it at the line, under yellow, and the pace car does its traditional hitting the pit wall under the yellow, which is a classic. If you are brand new to the channel, especially at this track, it is common to do that. So Bird, as of course mentioned, is your winner. I believe because the pace car having that issue. Now the cars are only going 50 miles an hour, so yeah, that's fun. So Eric Burton, of course, that's going to be a huge win. We mentioned our top 10. Let's go look what brought ourselves our final caution right now. We'll give a lot of credit to Sheldon. She knew that was the right time to go. And, man, I guess she had good, smart, strong feelings coming to her after her 500 win because, man, she knew, that lap car was going to cause an issue and probably caution was going to come out. Once she got ahead, Baranowskis right there going to get into the 8, goes into Sicoli. The 8 car is going to go around a bit. 46 goes up into the 31. 3 of them going to go in the wall. There's Hudson. Obviously, it's the 46 around. Both the HRT cars, rather. The caution would come out. Safe to say that would end the race right there. And that is a tough break for the Brit and the Latvian driver right there that are both around. Somehow Poti is going to get a top 10 regardless. Probably because of all the other people crashing. But take a look. JT Bryant in the 22 trying to avoid all that. No dice. Zach Flickinger, he's the one that plowed the 46 hard. And it goes into Scott Roush. Hopefully both those drivers are okay. Cody Lamas in the 48 sees the wrecking, tries to avoid Roush. No luck right there. And I believe Qualls and others, they got through this unscathed, but what a lick by Zach Flickinger. We have to look at that again because, man, he plowed the ever-living daylight out of Baranowskis. And you can see He's trying to avoid it. He went to the apron and just, I don't think he realized the 46 was there. And man, he just sent that car off 2 wheels off the ground and got her going up in the air on the nosedive. See if we go on board a few drivers from this here. Let's go on board the 96 of Zach Flickinger. Show you his view. On board. He tried. Oh, right there. If you seen carefully, that 46 got a little bit of contact. And right there, 96 had nowhere to go. I think he still would have got the 46 regardless, but that just probably did not help the case. Man. Let's go on board Nathan Hudson in the 11. Show you his view. On board Nathan Hudson. Oh, man. What a look right there. And that was Hudson that got into the 96 at the very end, and he's trying to limp it, you could see, but obviously his car is just damaged and done. And on board, JT Bryant, the 22. Check out his view he's seen from that crash. He was way in the rear of the field, too, keep in mind. And thought he could thread the needle. Obviously, you can see leaking oil and stuff. Gonna be all she wrote right there for JT Bryant. Well, what a lick that happened, that took play, but in the end, you seen Eric Burton, car number 20, on board with him. He takes the the yellow flag right here with 2 laps to go. Beating out Levi McIntyre, Phil Parker, and Seth Cole. And is going to capture his first career victory. So here's the rest of the results as they are now official. And it was a header issue for JT Bryant. Top 20 include Michael Walton, Trent Dunham, Alex Ferranti, Ron Bishop, Joshua Osborne, Daniel Olson, Anthony McCurry, Kev Shearer, John Art, and Jeffrey Finguy. And then you see the drivers that remain on the track. 21 cars finished on the lead lap. And then 22nd on down to, I believe, 28th. The cars that finished the... Oh, actually, my mistake. 32nd. Those last cars that finished the race, with the exception of Moore and Hudson. They automatically retired because they didn't update. Yeah. And then 33rd on down, all out of the race as well from their incidents. Well, thank you guys for watching. What a race weekend we had at April. If you'd like to be sure to give a like, comment your thoughts, subscribe part of the NRSL by hitting that subscribe button, and we will see you guys later for race number 5 as we will be back overseas, this time over into the valley over in Ireland there, home of the potatoes and everything, over at Island Rally. Island Rally, Ireland there. Many like to call it one of the famous dirt courses that's out there. But other than that, thank you guys for watching. Points will be at the end of the video as always. And until then, I will see you guys later. Here come the points at the end of the video like always. Until then, goodbye everybody from Massachusetts. You watch a production of the NRSL where racing is living. Goodbye everybody.